Imagine you are an entrepreneur. You would like to hire 100 managers for your company. Why do you hire managers when you have all the operators and machines are available? Why do you need managers? Why do you need engineers? Because you wanted to make sure as a top management you will focus on you expanding your business, focus on improving your results. And now when your focus is that, what will you expect no your managers to be no or what do you expect the focus of your managers to be? Do you expect your managers also to focus on improving the results, or do you expect them to focus on improving the process? Can you try to share your view here? If you are going to hire managers for your company, will you expect them to improve the process, or you will expect them to improve the results? Come on, try to make your choice.
Process.
You would expect them to improve the process. Why? Because when you make them also to focus on results, you are creating a people centric organization. When you create a people centric organization, what will happen if a particular individual is not there, and now what will happen to the result? So instead of that, organization want managers, want engineers and professionals like you know to improve the process. When I improve the process, what will happen? Process will automatically improve my results, right? So organizations hire professionals like you because they want you to continuously improve their processes. And this is called process centric approach. It is something like, imagine you have an orange tree, and now the results are nothing but the orange fruits. Results are nothing but the orange fruits. The oranges are really good, but all of a sudden your management wants you to produce apples. Will you be able to produce apples from the same orange tree? Not possible, isn't it? So you can't directly try to change the fruits in the same tree. Rather, you must change the root of the tree. And this is what is called process centric approach. So in Six Sigma, we call it y equal to f of x. Nothing but a mathematical approach. Y is equal to f of x, the problem solving strategy. Where what is y? Y is the problem you want to solve. Y is the result you want to improve. Y is the gap in performance. It is mathematically called the dependent variable. It is mathematically called the dependent variable. And why do I call it dependent variable? It depends on many other factors. For example, I want to improve the hardness of a material. And now the hardness depends on many other factors. Isn't it? The composition of the material, the way I do the heat treatment, the way I machine them, and all of them decides the the hardness. So the hardness is a y variable. And since it depends on many other factors, I call it dependent variable. On the other side, I have x variable. These x variables are called independent variable. Why do I call it independent variable? I can fix it the way I want. But hardness, which is a y variable, I wanted to have a higher hardness, but it can't happen just like that. But on the other side, the composition of the material, it is under my control. I can have any combination, right? I can conduct the heat treatment at any required temperature. I can conduct the heat treatment for any required duration. So these are all under my control. So when certain factors are under my control, I can fix them the way I want. And those factors are called X factors. Mathematically, they are called independent variable. It doesn't depend on anything else. Directly, you can go and fix. It is something like I want to switch on the light in my room. I go to the switchboard and press the button, and now the light is on. Similarly, you can fix the factor the way you want. Such factors are called X variable, but there are certain factors which depends on many other no factors, and those are called y variable. But see here, y is not a direct fix, but x is a direct fix. But your x has got a relationship with y. This is what is written as y equal to f of x. When I fix a particular x, my y will get fixed. Why? Because the particular x is responsible for the deviation in y. A particular x which is responsible for the deviation in y is called the critical x, is called the critical factor. Otherwise, you call it the root cause. The moment you identify a critical factor or the root cause, and then if you fix it, your y will get automatically fixed. And for fixing the critical factor, you must know the relationship between x and y. When you know the relationship between x and y, you can fix the critical factor easily. Whether you need to increase the x or decrease the x, you yourself can find out. For example, if it is a concrete block you are manufacturing, whether I should add more cement, or I should add more water, or I should add more sand, or I should add the steel particles more, I will be able to correctly judge. For that, I should know the relationship of my x variable with the y variable. And this is what is called a process-centric approach. This is what is called problem-solving strategy. And Six Sigma gives two types of methodology. Suppose you wanted to, imagine your business is selling oranges, and your market is very weak. Why your market is weak? Your products are not having the better quality. And now your job is you want to improve the quality of your oranges. That is, you want to improve the quality of your existing products. And Six Sigma gives a methodology called DMAC, which all of you can use to improve the quality of existing products you are offering. Suppose if your market position is strong, that means everybody likes to buy your oranges only. If everybody likes your orange, then you are a brand leader. And now your top management will expect you to stop increasing the quality further. Why? Because already you are doing well, your market position is strong. Instead, your management will expect you to produce apple, because apple can be sold at a better price, isn't it? So if you want to produce apple, in addition to producing the oranges, that is called new product development. That is called new product development. For developing new products, Six Sigma gives a methodology called DMADV. Define, measure, analyze, design, and validate. And if you use DMADV approach and you develop a new product, and that is called as design for Six Sigma. That is called as design for Six Sigma, and shortly known as DFSS. Hope the two methodologies are understood, and when to use DMAC and when to use DMADV. And the problem solving strategy is always y equal to f of x. What is problem? The quality gap. Customer wants something and you produce something else, and now the gap. And that gap is your y. If you want to bridge that gap, you should find out the appropriate x, which is responsible for the gap. That is what we call it critical x. But the critical x, the root cause, how will you fix it? When you want to fix the root cause, some changes are required in your organization. So organization will accept to change make the changes only when you identify the root cause and also prove the root cause. If you fail to prove that this is the root cause, no organization will allow you to make the changes, right? So what is this y equal to f of x? We'll have a little more deeper understanding. For that, let me give a very simple example. I want all of you to participate now.